Okay, just hearing Lamar talk, that about says it all. I mean, that kind of couldn't say any better than that. Just great win, very good football team that we played against. They played a very good game. They had a plan. It was obvious what the plan was, all three phases, and it was a gritty game. And I think it's a grit win for us. All three phases, definitely a team win. All three phases contributed really well, right from beginning to end, and we found a way to win the game. And proud of the guys for that. And now we move on to the next one.
John, 4th and 1 at your own 40, late in the fourth quarter. Is there any discussion at that point, or did you kind of know at that point, you were forecasting it, or?
Yeah, we knew we were going to go for 4th and 1 at that point. If we got to that situation, we probably weren't going longer. Maybe maybe I would have gone 4th and 2. I don't know, but that was already decided.
John, before that, the 4th and 5, did Lamar Jackson talk you out of?
No.
You went for it.
No. That was one of those ones where it was just too tight to punt. If you remember, the wind started blowing, the rain started raining there. I wasn't that confident that even if we punted, we were going to get them inside the 10. I hate to gain 15 or whatever yards it would have been on the punt. I'd rather go for it, especially with Lamar in the offense. I think we got a chance. Is it a great chance? It's not a great chance, but we got a chance with our guys, and you have confidence in your defense too that they're going to get them stopped at some point there. And it was the best move at that time. A field goal would have been real hard to make. Probably think we had I obviously thought we had a better chance of making the 4th and 5 than the field goal, so that's why we did it.
Going under center on that QB sneak, was that just a way to limit their speed, potentially breaking inside?
As far as QB, well, if you run a quarterback sneak, we knew we wanted to run a quarterback sneak there. We had inches to go. Lamar runs it great. We have our offensive line. You got to give those guys credit. Centers, guards, tackles, the surge they got against that defensive line. I mean, that's impressive. Lamar has a real good knack for it, and that's the play call, which will always be under center. We're never going to run a quarterback sneak from off.
What was it about that? What was it about that last 4th down call that gave you the confidence that it was going to work out?
Just because it was inches, and I know we have a good offensive line. We have a quarterback that can handle it, and probably the offensive line again as much as anything.
You talk about your defense getting a couple big stops late in that game in the play that Wormley made to tip that ball on 4th down.
Yeah, it's a grein play. And Worm did a great job. I tell you what, this kid works so hard. Just every single day. He's a very serious guy. To make that play and to see that reward is really good. And then the coverage, okay? We're in man coverage back there, and our guys were locked in and they were on point. And Earl Thomas had a real tough matchup there with the route they ran, and he got it dialed in, and I think he forced Jimmy to hold it just a little bit. So it was a team effort on that one too.
John, earlier this season, you had said challenging pass interference was worthless because it was a waste of timeout. What made you challenge on the Mark Andrews?
Well, I just thought that was so clear and obvious, and the leverage of the game was so certain. It didn't see you get there early with clear contact. I don't know. I mean, that seemed clear and obvious to me, but obviously not enough to overturn it. So that's the way they do it. I think you had to challenge that situation.
So when it came down at the end, you still had a timeout, and it was 3rd down. You had it down in the timeout left. What goes into the decision to go ahead to not try to get another 5 yards? Yeah,
thought about that, and it really could have called a timeout, try to do it again. My gut, basically, I just felt like it's time to kick it, and it was about 30 seconds left, call timeout. Could have done it. It wouldn't have been a bad call. They've got everybody up on the line of scrimmage. It's an all-out blitz. They have a really good front, and we're really not going to throw it there. So there's no threat of us throwing it there. And I just felt like we're better off kicking it now in terms of the downside of what could happen by trying one more play, and that's why we kicked it.
You guys have had a lot of one-sided wins. You probably heard me ask Lamar this. How valuable is it to grind one out?
It is really valuable. I think, Bruce, that's a great point. To win a game like that is really valuable. And we expect, as Lamar said, we expect every game to be just like that. And sometimes they're not, but the ones that, count, the ones that are, you have to be ready for. And I think our guys approach they approach the week of work just that way. And they were ready for it.
And why did you feel they were as effective as they were with those outside runs for much of the game?
We'll have to look and see. I think that we were in different fronts at different times. I mean, part of it's they block well, and I think they've got Raheem Mostert, who was here at one time. He's really quick and has a real good feel for that play. I know their coaching staff's been running that play for about 100 years, so they know how to coach it. We're going to have to look at that, and that's something we're going to have to get squared away.
Coach, what can you say about Justin? Just add to the resume, I guess?
Yeah, you wouldn't rather have anybody else in that situation. I mean, that field, that wind, that rain, all that stuff that was going on there, that's the guy you want in that situation. I'm very grateful that we have him on Thanksgiving weekend. That's a pretty good one to end it on. All right, thanks.